Hey, how are you? This is Sven Andersen with Andersen Group Realty in Winchester, and this is our market update for March of 2020. This is a COVID-19 real estate update. I wanted to reach out before I started to make sure that if there's anybody out there that needs help with groceries or needs something that can't feed their family, I want to make sure that we're out here as a resource for you. And if you have any challenges or issues, please either message me or check in with me, because I want to make sure that we're a resource for people here in the community. So I just want to start off with that first and foremost. I think it's important. Also, if there's small businesses out there that are struggling a little bit and we can lend a hand in some way, whether we help you with a Facebook marketing campaign or some other way in which we can support you, we want to make sure that we're a resource for our local establishments as well. So I wanted to be, my name is Sven Andersen, and I run a local real estate company here in Winchester, Mass. And I just wanted to make sure that I reached out because there's a lot of things that have been asked of me in terms of questions about real estate locally. And, we're dealing with some challenging times right now. We're not sure, where we're at, where we're going to be. I just wanted to make sure that I reached out and shared a little bit about what's happening in the local real estate community. We can't predict the future or what's to come, but, I just want to make sure that I give you some guidance about being real and being in the trenches of what I'm seeing day to day. And I know it's unique at this point in time because some people are really unclear about what's going to happen and where they're going to be. But, for the most part, we're seeing some sellers and buyers pausing in the market right now. 60% of the people that are out there are kind of curious about, what's happening, but also being a little bit uncertain. So they're pausing what they're doing. There's other people that are making a commitment and moving forward with being curious. They're they're a little bit unsure about what's happening, and we're trying to help guide them. And there's another smaller percentage of people that are out there that are just being even more curious to say there's a good opportunity for us at hand. So what I wanted to do is just touch on that because, some people are pausing. Some people are pushing the pause button and waiting to see what's going to happen in this market, and rightly so at some level, and trying to understand where to go and what to do. So some people are actively buying. We have active buyers that are making offers and wanting to move forward. We have inventory that we've got that's pent up, where there's people that are sellers that are just saying, you know what, I don't know if I want to have people in my house at the moment, and they're just putting a pause on things. They know that they're going to come back on the market, and they will be. They're just trying to figure out when and how to take the right precautions for dealing with this COVID-19 issue. So, I think there's realities that are out there where we have to deal with things that are some things that we never had to deal with before, and our company's taking special precautions to do that. So we wanted to make sure that we do follow the CDC guidelines about taking the right precautions for preparing for showings or anything else for that matter. And when the showings and all the other activity comes back on point, we'll be able to be ready for our clients. But there's people still buying, there's people still selling, and there's some people that are actually refinancing, and they're being curious because they want to find out where they're at. And some people are pulling cash out of their property and they're doing refis. Some are actually looking for opportunities, and they're using some of the cash to look for investment opportunities. So we're seeing a variety of different people explore what to do and how to take next steps, because they're just being curious. Sellers, this is now a virtual world. Real estate's now a virtual world for us. We're doing virtual meetings with people. We're doing virtual meetings with sellers, and we're doing virtual meetings with buyers. We're doing virtual walkthroughs of homes, and we're doing closings that are all electronic, where sellers aren't even going to the closing table, and that they're doing things electronically at the registry with documents electronically and everything. So it's been a different world and changing and evolving, and we're changing with the times. We're actually doing some virtual webinars and seminars for investors and sellers and buyers, and those will be coming soon. So stay tuned. But in this changing time, we want to make sure that people are safe. So we're taking all the precautions to flatten the curve and make sure that we're doing what we can to support, our community with doing the right thing. So what it really means is taking those precautions to be, be on point and be supportive of what we need to do to correct this situation that we have at hand, and to be part of not be the problem, but to be supporting it. So as it relates to making sure that we stop this virus. So we're doing a lot of things with our clients. We're actually recently, we just did a virtual walkthrough of a property for a seller that was curious about learning what their value is, and we were doing virtual staging consultations as well as virtual walkthroughs, as I stated before. We're doing FaceTime walkthroughs, Zoom calls with clients that are considering working with us and or sellers making that move with us. And like I said, we're doing virtual seminars as well to help guide people that are trying to figure out how to prepare their house. And what we're seeing is this market shifting. We're in the middle of our, if you will, spring market, the busiest time of the year for any real estate agent. But what we're seeing is it move. We're seeing it evolve and take the next steps to move to a later part of the year because of this slowdown, if you will, in terms of where we are right now. And what we're finding is that it's going to get really busy come the early months of summer. And we're going to find that this spring market just gets pushed because there's still people actively having to sell and actively having to buy because of situations that they've been put in, and we're working with those people. But reality is that we're seeing demand increase for buyer activity, and we're finding that we can't. We're showing some things virtually. We're seeing virtual offers where people haven't even been in the properties. And so we're not sugarcoating it. We're not telling you that there's tons of activity because it's not like it used to be in the spring market. We're seeing inventory down. So if we look at inventory numbers, we're seeing some of those numbers differ from what it had been in the past. And ultimately, it's about making sure that we guide our clients the right way to prepare if you're thinking about selling. Right now, what we're not doing is we're not launching properties actively unless people are requesting it of us, but we're prepping them to prepare for the launch of their home, where it means that we would guide them with the right preparation in the house to make sure that it's in the right state so that prior to the launch date, we can start to pre-launch it socially to get it out there with exterior photography and or when the time is right, do the interior photos. We're doing virtual staging and also virtual staging consultations so that when the clients are prepared to move forward, we can help them. So just a little bit of a snapshot of activity. As of April 2nd, and in this April, we're actually seeing in the Winchester area, we saw in 2019, 42 properties on the market. And in this month, in March, we saw 27 properties. So a significant drop in inventory, meaning that there's strong demand for buyers that are trying to figure out how to make a move and where to go, what to do. So Lexington was 44 homes on March of 2019 and 44 on the market right now, very similar. Arlington was 58 on the market back in 2019 and 45 currently. Medford was 52 and 49. Reading was 28 and 46. So you can see there's a downward trend of activity as it relates to properties that were listed in these times within the last year. However, that said, again, I'm going back to it, there's still strong demand for inventory from buyers, but some are putting it on pause and some are actively looking. It just depends on where we are with the life cycle for those particular individuals and clients. So, what I wanted to do is just give you a quick update about what the market is, where it's been, and where we're going. I think the reality is that there's still actively people that there's still active buyers and there's still active sellers. I think the right people are going to make the moves at the right time for them, and we're here for them. And when the time is right for them to make a move, we're going to do what we need to do to help them. So if you're in that position where you're considering either making a purchase or a sale and or want to take advantage of the interest rates and the activity level or lack thereof, we'd love the chance to help you with whatever it is. Please reach out to us. And again, if there's anybody out there that needs help with groceries or needs help with anything as it relates to from a business standpoint, and you have some challenges or questions, or if there's ways for us to help you, I'd love for you to reach out to me, direct message me completely confidentially, and I'll do whatever we can to help our fellow community members. So I wish you well, and be safe, be healthy, and do everything you can to protect yourself in this day and age. And we're here for you.